Good day, beloveds. It is day 3. So basically, I went another 24, well, actually about 26 hours this time without eating or drinking anything since I had my plum and half an apple yesterday. But I did have another plum today and some mixed nuts. So I realized that until I get strong enough mentally, then I will eat something raw. But I'm very shocked that a plum and half an apple sustained me for another 26 hours. So that's like breaking mental boundaries right there. And I'm going to try to go another 24 hours just with what I've had today and see what happens. But I also want to show you how flat my stomach has gotten in the last 3 days. Basically, most of your serotonin is created in our gut. And if your gut is compacted with waste that has not been broken down or that's rotting, then how much of that serotonin is going to be able to make it to your brain? And serotonin is a neurotransmitter that's responsible for not just mood and how you feel, but a lot of other things. You just have to look it up. This is where you do your research. I don't know if you realize that this is another nervous system all in itself. It's called the intrinsic nervous system, and it's actually more important than you realize. The gut is made of the same material that the brain is made of. It's the same muscle and tissue. So there's like about 10 to 1 microflora per cell. I don't think you understand how many foreign organisms we have in our body. These microorganisms, just because they're small doesn't mean that they're not intelligent. And so they kind of terraform their own environment. When you get these cravings, that's them communicating to your mind and your brain that they want something that's not good for your body. And at that point, it's called like a takeover. It's a takeover situation, and you have no control. And the longer you let them take over, the harder it is to rein them back in. So sometimes to do that, you have to go on a fast. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 days, is going on a fast. Now this fast is unlike any fast that I've done before, because I'm eating very little and sustaining my body on breath and also, I guess, whatever fat that it is burning. I am at 17.8% body fat as of today. I will show you. That I use Fit Index as kind of like a record keeper of what's happening inside of my body, so that I at all times know if I'm losing too much muscle, or if what my visceral fat is looking like, what my bone mass is looking like. I don't want to lose any bone mass. As a matter of fact, that has gone up. My skeleton muscle has gone up. So I think it's important that we kind of relearn the body and relearn what it's trying to tell us and how it speaks to us. This should have been elementary, but it was not taught when we were young. Unfortunately, it was disregarded as one course in health, unless you furthered your education. But if you didn't, then you're stuck with knowing the basics about your body, which is very little. So in my holistic practice, I actually learned so much that kind of blew my mind, that I know the average person, not just in this country but across the world, is missing in understanding how to interpret the language that the body speaks to the mind. I decided to incorporate that into this channel. I do a little bit of everything here. I don't know if you realize, but I do want to just kind of be in touch with you and help you kind of see things from a different perspective when it comes to the body. So what I've managed to accomplish is, at age 36, I was able to completely get rid of my monthly bleeding. Even though I can still have kids, I don't have the bleeding to go with it. Why? Because there is an ancient practice that teaches you how to circulate energy throughout your body. And it once you learn how to do that, it will completely annihilate any type of toxins or energy blockages that you have, as well as allow you to think clearer, allow you to make better choices, especially with what you put inside your body. And so I don't expect anybody to take the journey that I'm taking right now, because this is a personal decision that came after years of practicing and paying attention to what I put in. My goal is just to be able to stay healthy and feel healthy, which is funny because as soon as I ate the plum today, I felt mucus in the back of my throat. So I can see that there's already a difference in my body being able to detect things that it wasn't even able to detect before, which is incredible, kind of blows my mind. Because it was already doing a really good job. But there are some things that I guess when I went on my fast, it still cleared up that I didn't even know was a problem. I could feel that my spine, the inflammation around my spine had been alleviated. I could feel that inflammation around like this area had been decreased, and my stomach is back flat again. And it was always relatively flat because I practice a few things, like I don't drink water when I'm eating or any type of juice, or when I was eating. I don't, I eat slow. I eat very slow. I'm always the last person at the table. I don't listen to music when I eat. I don't watch TV when I eat. I give food my full concentration and my body so that I can see what's happening. I can feel and sense what's happening on the inside as I'm eating. If you're distracted, you're going to miss it completely. And you're going to think that your flu and cold symptoms come from the weather. But it is a lot that's in the food that you guys are not realizing, that are feeding the wrong type of bacteria and causing that bacteria to crave and send signals to the brain and control like what it is that you put inside your body. So I will continue to keep you posted and updated. But I do believe right now we also need to send a prayer out to Austria, Australia, and some of the other countries that are on government shutdowns. I believe what's happening in the world right now is affecting all of us and will affect all of us a little bit more personally, especially in America, to come soon. It's not about saving people. It's about connecting with people on a deeper level, on a level that you didn't even realize you could connect with people. It's possible. And we need that today more than ever. What many of you don't realize is that we have kind of been Hollywooded. A lot of the things that are actually real and possible within and outside of our bodies that we can do has been made to look like myth and fiction and science fiction. That's on purpose. But there are so many people who possess mental capabilities above what you could possibly imagine. I'm talking about people who think on a higher frequency, who exist on a higher frequency. Some you can see and some you can't, because you were never taught about all the different mysteries and wonders of life. There's so many different people in this world you could not possibly imagine. So honor that you are in your own self unique and special, because we are all designed differently for a reason. What would be the purpose of us all being the same? How could there ever be any type of growth factor in seeing the sameness everywhere? And that's what is happening here. They're trying to normalize and make everyone robots. This is the artificial intelligence age. We're already walking around like this with our heads in our phones and not paying attention to even what's happening in our immediate environment. So how can we know what's going on if we don't look up for a second, look around, at our fellow people, our fellow beings, and acknowledge their existence, appreciate and praise their existence, because praising their existence is praising your own. These are nothing more than reflections of all the different possibilities of creation. And you have the ability to participate in that. Have compassion, not just for yourself, but for people that don't look like you. But more so than anything, if you don't have compassion for yourself, that's the place where you start. That's the first place that you begin to take any journey to self-improvement, enlightenment, higher levels of consciousness. That's the first step. And so to do that, you have to pay attention to what's happening inside your body. And everything always comes full circle back to your mind, body, and spirit, because nothing could come into this world, not even your flesh, without first being conceived in spirit. Everything in this world is conceived in spirit. This is the physical, dense portion of our world. And in order to get back to the light of what we're made from, we have to change our thoughts. We have to change our mindset. We have to push boundaries and jump over hurdles. Why? Because you can, and because you can expand. It's in your DNA, and it's what you're designed to do. And if you don't do it naturally, then yes, there are going to be forces that will push you to do that. And so right now is the time. The forces are pushing you to become the diamond, putting more and more pressure on us to look within. And unfortunately, it probably wouldn't happen as expeditiously as it should if we didn't have those external forces pushing in on us. So I'm not saying that, what's happening out there is good, but I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm saying that sometimes we need a push. We need to be unraveled in order to see what we are. Everything happens for a reason. But this is the time where if you don't challenge yourself to be better, then you will be stuck. You're going to have a lot of anxiety right now. It's normal. A lot of people are going through this. It's okay, because this is the stage that you need to go through to come out of fear, to know that something's wrong. And that's your body telling you something's wrong. So listen to it. There's so much more that I could say on this subject. But, unfortunately, time is of the essence. And I know that you have things you need to be doing. And you don't really have time to watch a 30-minute video. So I will speak more about this in the future. I do want to talk more about how extraterrestrial doesn't mean some alien that Hollywood has created in your life, in your mind, in your TVs, and your programmed images of what an extraterrestrial is. Matter of fact, terrestrial just means Earth, and extra means outside of Earth, which makes the sun and the light extraterrestrial. That's interacting with us on a daily basis. You can feel it on your skin, and it's passing information to you that you're not even aware that you're getting. So we will definitely touch more on this later. I want to thank you for watching my channel and for supporting me and following along. Please spread the message. And until next time, beloveds, peace.